Good morning, everyone. Brian here with BMK Retro Gaming. This morning I have for us a review of the Atari 5200 original library game, Centipede. Forgot my notes over here again. Just a sec. This is why I get for being in a hurry to do a review early in the morning sometimes, before sunrise. Anyway, it is an arcade port which was developed and published by Atari Incorporated, or Atari Inc., in 1980. Then this particular port of the game was published in 83, with Donna Bailey and Ed Logg both designing and doing the development work, the programming for the game. It's a very good game. We all know Centipede, generally speaking, for the most part. It's one of those games to be familiar, more or less. It was a big hit in the arcades. One thing I can say is Donna Bailey, kind of like, I forget if it was her, whoever worked on Pac-Man, River Raid, such, She's another example of a woman who was actually involved in game development at the time. And that was something that you didn't see as much of as you might have liked. The gender disparity was still a bit there. But anyway, that's one reason why, just kind of like River Raid or Pac-Man, Centipede, with its bug themes and all, is considered to have at least some appeal to women and girls. And that was kind of part of the intention. While Ed Logg also was, he was in there working on it too, so it's not really like, excuse me, it's not like it was just a one-way street. But it is a kind of important thing to note about in a way. Anyway, I have my copy here, which is a full box copy. Not in the exact best shape. It basically came with my Atari 5200 4-porter when I got it. It was bundled in there with everything else. This little flap up here kind of sticks up, and that's okay. And as somebody pointed out, there's also a Kmart sticker here, which Kmart was pretty prominent there. I think one person in my Atari 5200 Fanatics Facebook group had made a note of that. Or maybe it thought it was something else. But Kmart, yeah, you could get a lot of good stuff at Kmart back then. And I forget exactly, but I think Kmart's still around. I don't see him as much as I used to, but anyway, I left that sticker on there because why not? It's part of what came with everything. It kind of tells you a little bit of the story of the thing. Anyway, we have on the box a nice little picture of the Centipede and all. And what the action's kind of supposed to be like with the wand and everything. Then on the back we have a little bit of a gameplay image and a little description. Venture into an enchanted forest filled with magic mushrooms that is ruled by a giant centipede, along with poisonous spiders, scorpions, and fleas. You go to battle against these evil creatures armed with 3 magic wands. If they reach you before you zap them, they'll snatch your wand away, but don't be faint-hearted. Stand and fight. And it says it's for 1 or 2 players, which is good. It also says that you are supposed to use your Atari 5200 controllers, but it is also trackball compatible, which the trackball is probably since that's kind of the way the arcade cabinet original would have been played, that's probably would have been the ideal way to play it. Unfortunately, I don't have one that works. Original controllers with Atari 5200, good luck these days. Modern rebuild controllers like this one I got from Retro Game Boys, which I'm going to be using with my Hyperkin Retron 77's Trooper controller, which is roughly equivalent to a Atari VCS 2600 joystick, with the exception of having 2 buttons and also being a bit of a modern controller itself. Well, something like this works, whereas it'd be nice if I had a working trackball to put with it. Anyway, so the box is not the best shape and all, but it's okay. At least I have a box, and everything comes included. Here we have our cartridge. Pretty standard, Centipede and all, same image on the front. 1982 Atari Incorporated, all rights reserved, which is probably about when it was being developed and all, or when it's copyrighted for, though it was released 83 technically. This one's in pretty good shape. There's a little bit of wear here on the top portion of the label. Has seen a little better days, but it could be a lot worse. And of course, like with these, usually no top label. It has that part for overlay type deals, so I guess there are none in here. And of course, it has the protector here. Then further inside, we have a game manual, and there are a couple overlays here, which this is basically what they look like. Game select and 1 or 2 player. Not much to the overlay part, so I wouldn't even bother with them. And let's see, here we have also the manual. Pretty good, same image and all. Inside, it gives us a table of contents, along with a little telling you how to get everything started here. 1, the Enchanted Forest. I think we pretty much know the story with all that. I'm not going to read through all of it. 2, it tells us a little bit about gameplay. And including the objective down here, a few images to illustrate the point. And then it tells us about over here about the inhabitants of the Enchanted Forest. The Centipede. Next page. The magic mushrooms. The spider, the flea, the scorpion. The poison mushrooms. And then on 3 it tells us about using the Atari 5200 controllers. With the keypad overlays, player selection, game selection. Then it tells us next page how to start, reset, pause, controller action. 4, it talks about the trackball option, which we don't really need to know about much. And the other page, trackball action. Then 5, scoring, which is the Centipede body segments are worth 10 points. The Centipede head, 100 points. A spider at a distant range is worth 300 points. At a medium range, the spider is worth 600. At close range, it's worth 900 points. The flea is worth 200 points. A scorpion is worth 1,000 points. A magic mushroom, which is totally eliminated, is worth 1 point. A magic mushroom shot 1 to 5 times is worth 5 points. Same thing for poison mushrooms. Totally eliminated, 1 point. Shot 1 to 3 times, 5 points. And not shot at all is still 5 points for some reason. Then you get a bonus one at about every 12,000 points. Okay. Then, of course, here it tells us about the game variations, which you have an easy play mode, a standard mode, which the standard mode is really tough. It's about like the arcade cabinet original, if not worse. And then there's a hard play mode. Then, of course, it tells us about some helpful hints, which I'm not going to read through. Same that you usually get for most ports of this game, you know. And then, of course, there's a score ledger here on number 8, which has a couple of scores. Jill, 1129. Let's see, that been in November. And it looks like 28,681 points. And then there's a Linda, same, both on hard mode, it seems. Both for 1129. Jill had 28,681 points, and Linda had 18,349 points. Not too bad. And then there's more score ledger here, another page, and on the back it tells us a little bit about Atari service and the consumer division also. That's basically the manual. Anyway, I've talked for about 10 minutes and all here. Don't want to drag out too long on that. So, to Just notice my box is missing one of these things over here. The one on the left side is not there. Must come off at some points. Oh well, those things happen with time. Anyway, let me go ahead and get this in here. There you. Overlays are kind of sticking to it, keeping me from getting it down there. Oh, there it is. There. I'm going to go ahead and toss this into my Atari 5200, and we're going to take a little look at the gameplay. Okay, so here we go with gameplay for Centipede Atari 5200 original library game. It's not that complex. You basically, okay, you can select your the number button on your keypad would select whether it's 1 or 2 players. Sorry, the star button, and the number button selects what level of play you've got. Standard play right here, which not bad that I can tell. This is actually a pretty difficult one. Then you would press your start button to start. Like I was saying before, this can be about as tough as the arcade cabinet original would be, but I'll demonstrate it for a second just to be, you know. See, the spider right there moves pretty quick on you, 300 points. The centipede comes down pretty quick. And I was killed by the spider pretty easy. Probably due to my own fault, but you know. It looks good, it sounds pretty good. Usually one of the more arcade cabinet original ports is considered the ColecoVision original library's arcade port of this from Atari Soft, but a lot have opined that this one seems to be even more better or more arcade accurate in some ways. It plays smoother, it looks smoother. It's a really good port of the gameplay. And with the spider there, I've already got a game over. So, I hate to do it in a way, but I'm going to go ahead and set it for easy play, which is the mode for children or beginners, because it's a lot easier to give you guys more of an idea of what the gameplay is supposed to be like with this one than on hard mode. I mean on the standard mode. Those are fleas. Oh. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and go ahead and reset some on that. Reboot it. Okay, easy play. Should be a bit more reasonable. Okay. Should doesn't mean will be. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is a mode that's kind of more for beginners and kids, but still, the standard mode alone can be a real pain in the neck, and I'd rather at least have a shot at this than not. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I did review the Atari VCS 2600 original library port before, and it's pretty good and all, but on this one at least you got the same good gameplay, smoothness and all, except for the Centipede looks more like a Centipede. You look something more like the, the character you're supposed to, a guy holding a magic wand trying to fight this thing off in the Centipede and the other animals' little magic forest. I can agree with some. I don't really like that particular story all that much, but it works some, I guess. Okay, we'll try again. Okay, one more shot. See, it's pretty difficult no matter what mode you're on. That's maybe the one complaint about this one in a way, is that it whether you even go to easy mode or standard mode, it's got a pretty tough difficulty level. It's pretty hard. But yeah, the mushrooms look a lot more like mushrooms. The centipede looks a lot more like a centipede probably would or should. You look more like the character you're supposed to. It sounds great too. Has roughly the same sounds as the arcade cabinet original for the most part. This is a very nice way to play Centipede. Not that I'm all that great at it myself, but you know. I didn't really want to do this one too soon, considering that I had not so long ago gone ahead and reviewed the Millipede prototype game for the Atari 5200, or the Atari Millipede Atari 5200 prototype game. But this was kind of one that I had that was coming up anyway, so I just kind of told myself, why not go ahead and do it? Should have moved myself there. Again, once you get up to about 12,000 points, you get an extra life. Okay, one more go. I think I can get up there and get that extra life if I just concentrate and actually try to do this some. We're almost going to 73 if I can just get caught up to this little border here. Yep. And of course, those symbols up there by your score represent your lives, your current ones. Basically, Centipede is what we would consider a form of arcade, a fixed arcade shooter, or a fixed shooter genre game, as you have the one screen which changes some, otherwise you don't move around to different screens or anything during the game. Dadgum spider. Die. Ooh, 900 on the spider there, so we're getting somewhere now by a bit. It helps when I shut up and concentrate, you know. I got closer, but not quite. Oh, of course, the spiders have always been the one of the big pains in the neck, one way or another. So, Centipede on this one also moves pretty fast on average. me. That way you... Okay, one more go. I'm pretty sure I can get that extra life. Might not be easy, though. Stupid punk spiders, stay the hell away from me. Damn. Again, one thing that could be considered a pretty common complaint on this one is the difficulty. Damn, stop. That's on easy play? Sheesh. Thank you for dying, you stupid spindly-legged piece of... Oh, of course, that's the flea right there. Boy. Of course, one way to more effectively deal with these spiders is sometimes to figure out where they do and don't actually jump to. There are certain spots they don't jump at directly much. Of course, trying to move around to get your aim and get on the centipede can have you find out the hard way where those are, so you know. Okay. As I said before, the difficulty on this one is one of the things that's considered pretty tough about it, and maybe the one complaint many might have had back then. Again, I'm playing this on easy difficulty mode, and I'm still getting nailed by spiders about as much as all get out. Coming. Take that. 300. Menace. Forgive my bit minor profanity here, but yeah, you wouldn't get frustrated with that. 2600 right there. Oh. And that's the last life, I think. Anyway, this video is getting to a point of running too long anyway. Couldn't quite get to the extra life, but that kind of illustrates how difficult this one can be. I think you guys get the idea with the gameplay by now anyhow. Okay, so that was Centipede, a 1983 arcade port from Atari Incorporated for the Atari 5200. Is it pretty good? Well, it looks good, sounds good. Though, as I demonstrated, on either, even on the easiest difficulty, setting the difficulty level to it is pretty up there. So, yes, it's pretty good in a way, but you'd have to work at it to get good at playing this one. I'd still say give it a shot, though, if you get a chance. Anyway, I do have a few recommendations and links for you guys from my preferred YouTubers. About 7, I believe. There's Atari 5200 channel, Crow Capture, Crow Continuum, Atari Revival, 65 Gamer Guy has a pretty good review on it. He also acknowledges that this one is pretty darn difficult. Patman QC, History of Arcade Game Documentaries, which Patman usually will take you through, you know. Actually, I recommend it also for my review of the Atari VCS 2600 original library arcade board, this one. And what he'll do is he'll take you through, you know, the history of the arcade cabinet and the arcade game, and then all the official ports too, and some other things, including this one. So, pretty good if you want to get pretty thorough on it. Patman QC is one of my go-tos for things like that. And then finally we have Atari vintage players. I'll also go ahead and leave a recommendation to you, for you guys, and link for you guys, I'll leave a link to the Wikipedia article on Centipede, since it does mention this particular port along with the others, and is a pretty decent read. And I'll also leave, as a bit of little appropriate musical accompaniment, a link to the video here on YouTube of the channel for Pac-Man Fever, Buckner and Garcia's the song Centipede from their Pac-Man album, Pac-Man Fever album. I've been subscribed to their channel, and I try to leave those where appropriate. And hey, maybe if you wanted to play this or another port of Pac-Man and would like to also have your phone with YouTube and have that playing in the background, something like that, just for the heck of it, well, that's one way to go. So anyway, if you, I'm not sure yet what my next Sunday's ProBrew, homebrew, or prototype review might be. I haven't picked one out yet, but I will, and it will be up in time, probably Friday or Saturday at latest. Well, Friday is a payday too, so might keep me a bit busy. But I'll pick one out. It should be, again, another emulated game ROM, emulated another digitally download emulated game ROM from either the Atari VCS 2600 or the ColecoVision. I just haven't decided which one yet, so I'll let you guys know in plenty of time. Also, a big shout out to my Atari 5200 Fanatics Facebook group. Love you guys over there, and hopefully you will be getting this video before too long, though it's been kind of rainy and overcast here, so it might take a bit. And this one's getting to be about the maximum length on one of these videos, so. But anyway, keep your eyes peeled for that announcement post, both on my YouTube feed and if you follow me on my Facebook or my Twitter feeds. And in the meantime, if you enjoy this channel's content, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And don't hesitate to leave any questions, comments, or suggestions down in the comment section below. You guys take care, have a wonderful Wednesday, and hopefully I will see everyone back here again this next Sunday.